Good morning, Mr. Mayor. How are you?
Hey, good morning, Richard. Thank you for this good idea. I'm glad we got to connect this morning.
I am. I know it's been a while that we've talked formally, but if you would, given all that's, well, before I start, I'm sorry, how are you and how is your family doing during this time?
Well, thank you for asking. Appreciate it. We're doing great. My wife and I have been staying home just like everybody else, trying to do our meetings that we do for the city and serving the role as mayor for the city and do it all at home. And it's been a different change, been difficult, but we're doing our best and keeping safe. I just wanted to say to all the other folks that are out there that are doing the right thing, you're staying home, you're keeping yourself safe, but you may not realize it. You may be saving the lives of other people too by doing that. So thank you for what you're doing. It's not easy, it's difficult, it's frustrating, but what you're doing is the right thing. And so thank you. Hopefully we don't have to keep doing this too much longer, and we can curb this pandemic and get back to some sense of normalcy.
I want to jump right into it. I want to talk to you about how the city is doing in general, from an administrative standpoint, and the people that are burning up your phone lines. If you would talk a little bit about how our city is doing.
Thank you for that question. It's great to see our city team reinventing themselves. We're doing some things right now that we've never done before, almost serving like the United Way or the Red Cross. We are a food pantry now. Our community services team is now serving over 500 meals each week, and we're delivering those meals to a lot of the folks that are, they might have food insecurities. They're doing the right thing and they're staying home. Some of them are seniors who are vulnerable. They may have mobility issues and things like that. And so they're concerned and they're worried and they're saying, I need to have some food. Somebody help me. And so we do have a phone number I want to give to you right now, Richard, and maybe anybody who might be watching this. If you're in that situation, you're feeling like you can use some help from the city for some food deliveries and things like that, you can call 951-672-9673. That's the phone number for our community services team. And like I said, they've been out there delivering meals. We're actually purchasing meals from some of the restaurants right here in town,
Wow.
50 of those a day, and delivering those hot meals then to some of these people that have food insecurities. And we're taking them to them with masks and gloves, and we're leaving the food on their front door so there's no real contact, and just being as safe as possible, but also trying to serve those people who are in need.
I mean, that's actually serving two masters, if you will. Number one, being great community citizens, but you also touched on the small businesses. If you could elaborate on the fact that the city is continuing to support the small business community.
Yeah, very good. We are so concerned about our businesses right now, and we know that this pandemic's really going to hurt our economy. We know that's a fact, but we can do everything we can to help our businesses. And we have a great economic development department. That team is doing everything with our Chamber of Commerce to put together webinars, to explain to a lot of our businesses some of the new things that the federal government's doing with like the CARES Act, and how their employees can still get paid, how they can get loans that are great loans, 1%, right. And they're forgivable too if those loans are used for paying salaries and paying rent and keeping the business alive even though it's closed. Those are some great opportunities and resources. So like I said, our economic development team's helping all of our businesses. They're reaching out to them and they're giving them all of the information that they need to keep them solvent and viable.
More information there. I actually applied for an SBA loan. I was encouraged by a lot of my colleagues. Even if you don't need the money, I keep thinking about things. I'm all right for April, May, and June, but I am really worried about July, August, and September. So that's one of the reasons why we applied, which actually leads me into my next question. How are we coming out of this? Have you, is the yourself, the city, thinking about how we're going to ramp everything up?
Yeah, there's no crystal ball, but we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't want to give anybody a sense of false hope, but I can say that I think all of the things that we're doing, the directives from the county to shelter in place, the masks, even though they're uncomfortable, it's the right thing to do to help curb this pandemic. These efforts that we're all doing together are the things that are going to shorten the length of time that we have to have our economy struggling and hurting the way it is. So the things we're doing are the right things. We're actually starting to see some of that peak, that plateau that we were looking for. Almost, it's possible that we're there and we're getting to the point where we can start seeing some of the numbers coming down. And so I think we're faring well. I think Menifee's doing a great job. Our region's doing a good job. We were concerned that we were going to see numbers that were astronomical in our local hospitals, and it hasn't been the case yet. They're at a point where they still have enough supplies and they still have enough beds, and so we're doing well. And if we continue this, I think we're going to come out of this with some real positive things. And then for the economy, people can start to look forward to getting back to what we call a new normal.
I don't want to get too far off track, but for a city of our size, we definitely have a significant amount of medical facilities to assist our sick, if you will.
That's right. That's right. They're doing well. So we have KPC Global Medical Center. It's right there on McCall in Sun City. They've actually set up an outdoor drive-up testing service, but they haven't had to use it yet because, like I said, the numbers haven't peaked that need. We also have Loma Linda Medical Center and also the Southwest Healthcare and Inland Springs Medical Center, and they're all they're still have capacity at those centers. So we're fortunate there, and we hope that it stays the same.
I just briefly want to talk about the feel of the city. I know that we had a tragedy earlier this week, but other than that, I mean, I really feel like our community has come together and been supportive and observing the stay-at-home request.
That's right. It's difficult when you're home, and we did suffer a setback this week. There was there was a homicide and included a suicide, and we don't know if it has anything to do with the pandemic, but we are concerned about the people that are here, the folks that are maybe feeling anxiety and feeling some of these depression things. There are resources, and if you don't mind, I want to share a couple of those with you.
Please.
There is a nice video series on a website. It's the county's public health site, and so if that would be www.rivcoph.org. And also there is a behavioral health cares line. That's 1-800-706-7500. You can also call 211. That's they can provide you resources as well. And also there's a suicide hotline I know that is serving our area. They've been serving our area for many years. And so that phone number, it's a 951 area code 686-HELP, H-E-L-P. And those are all resources for folks who might be feeling some anxiety. I know there's a lot of people that are feeling that. Your kids are at home, but there's things that we can do to help. We want to have a calming message for our children, let them know in a very calm and easy, positive way that we're going to get through this. And these are things that happen to us in society sometimes. But there's measures that we can take and fix the problems and get past those and look forward to better days. We can tell our kids, hey, this summer is going to be fun. You're going to get to go swimming and do some of the typical things that you get to do. So we can say there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and we're on our way toward that. So but it's tough times, and there's some fun things we can do for our kids. I put together a mayor's challenge for an art project, and if they
Oh,
want to draw a
great.
picture of Menifee, anything they want, and then mom and dad or guardian take a photo of that and put it on my page. I think that's kind of a fun thing. There's also virtual tours that you can do of museums. Menifee has a history museum, and you can do a virtual tour there. We created that recently, and so that's
I
kind of neat.
Not to interrupt you, but I've been on the website, the interactive. I really like the virtual reality aspect of it as well too. So
I'm
I,
glad you got to do that,
I'm
Richard.
I'm I'm
Yeah,
really enjoying it.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Is there anything I'm not covering? You're the mayor. More people talk to you than talk to me on a daily basis. Is anybody sharing concerns, optimism? If you would, how about some good news?
Well, good news is that all of us at City Hall are in good spirits and we're all healthy. We're doing the same thing everybody else is doing by trying to work at home and teleconference as much as we can. But we are open, and so we want to keep our businesses going. Things like construction is still happening. We want that movie theater to get built, right?
Oh yeah.
So they're still out there working. They're doing this 6-foot distancing. They're working with masks on, but those contractors are getting the job done. But our inspectors have to be out there. And so they're on call, and our inspectors are still working. Our city staff is still working. You can still call the city's phone number, which is 951-672-6777. And for things like permits and business licenses and all of that, our staff is still there to serve you. And I'll say on behalf of all of us on the city council, we are appreciative of all the things that people are doing. We are going to be having our city council meeting next Wednesday night. We're going to do it virtually just the way you and I are doing right now, so that all of our council members and our staff can be at home being safe. So we're not shutting down and letting this thing knock us down. We are, in fact, reinventing ourselves, and we're taking advantage of technology, and we're going to serve the people that are in this city and keep things moving the best that we can.
Well, I just want to say, as a resident of Menifee, I chose to live here, and I think that experience counts in this case. You have a seasoned staff that have been through challenging times before, and honestly, you guys are rising to the occasion. So, a tip of the hat, if you will, of our city staff and our elected officials. I personally, and on behalf of my family, I really appreciate what you guys have been doing and will do.
Thank you, Richard, and I'll reply with the same praise to you. Thank you for helping get the word out there. I know We Are Menifee is a webpage that people can go to for information, and I know you're doing social media as well. So thank you for that. You're a good source of believable information. I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff out there on social media that I read. I'm like, oh my goodness, where are these people coming up with this stuff? But anyway, the city of Menifee also has a Facebook page, and it's City of Menifee City Hall. And every day you're going to see 5 or 6 posts from our public information officer, and it ranges from all kind of things, the things we're doing for the community, things for our businesses, things for our kids. So it's a great resource. And I also wanted to just give a little shout out to our school district. They're doing a really good job of serving people. They're doing grab and go meals. I know the college MSJC is doing that as well, and also our Boys and Girls Club. I'm on that board, and just so proud of our Boys and Girls Club. But we have a drive-up grab and go meal every single day for youth. You don't have to be a member. So there's some great opportunities there for people that are saying, hey, I'm a little nervous about going to the grocery store and touching shopping carts and things like that. There are opportunities for our young people to be able to receive meals, and moms and dads to be able to have nutritious meals put together for the kids. So thank you to all those other organizations in town. Menifee is a great place. You're right, Richard. We are one of those communities that's like we're woven together like fabric, and we've got Rotary Club, and we've got Lions Club, and we've got all these organizations. Our faith-based organizations just amaze me how many phone calls I get from our local pastors and from the parishioners of those churches. Their congregations are calling me and saying, I want to help, I want to deliver food, I want to do all these things. And it's just so heartwarming to see, and I know all of us on the city council appreciate that. We do talk to each other, the city council members. We call each other and share some of the things that are going on and what each of us are doing individually. We all have agreed, and I want to just make this clear, that we're not going to be individually posting information and updates and things like that. We've decided not to have people try to figure out which council person, is it the mayor or this council person, to follow. But instead, if you're going to be following on social media, just follow the city's page. And also, we are Menifee, and there's Menifee 24/7. There's other organizations out there that are doing a very good job providing media coverage of updates from the county and the state. So, but the city's webpage is probably the best source for your information.
You guys have done a tremendous job of updating us and keeping us informed. And again, with the limitations that, quite honestly, we're living in unprecedented times. So,
yeah, that's right.
Hey, I don't want to take up much more of your time here, Mr. Mayor. I will be posting graphics of the phone numbers, and
good.
the websites will be included in on this. So I hope we get to do this again.
Yes, absolutely. Anytime. I'm happy to come on and chat with you, Richard. And I hope you and your family are staying safe and staying healthy. And to everyone else out there that might be watching, we wish the same for you as well. Hang in there. There is good times ahead. And we're looking forward to some of the concerts and all the fun things that we do, our summer programs at the park and all. So hang in there. I think we're going to make it through this thing pretty well.
We will. Thank you again, Mr. Mayor.
All right. Have a great day.